Welcome to the DeMar DeRozan episode of Hoop Paradise Podcast. This is episode 10, as you all know. I'm here alongside my co-host,
Mo.
And I'm Ryan Saraki. And today, I'm going to act as the moderator of one of my favorite debate shows on TV, First Take. Love Stephen A., Max Kellerman, shout out Molly. We have a special guest coming on, and I think you guys are really going to like it. We have a really good debates coming up. There's some episodes that we're filming today. I will be the moderator. Sometimes I'll jump in and give my opinion. Sometimes it'll be a three-way debate. So we'll figure that out. But I would like to bring out my special guest now, Myles Washington.
What it do, baby?
Oh, okay. Slide here, baby.
What it do? We out here.
Okay. Thank you for joining us on the podcast.
Of course, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here.
Really appreciate it. So we have a lot of videos in store today. You'll get them throughout the next month or so. Today, this first video, really excited to do this one. Top 7 NBA duos this season. Now, some disclaimers. We're ignoring injuries. So, for instance, Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant were acting as if they were not injured in the 2019 NBA Finals. And we're just naming our top 7 duos. So, the duo could be a point guard and a center, point guard, shooting guard. It's up to us. We can choose that. Again, I'm not going to debate too much here. I'm just going to kind of give my list. So, we'll go around the table here. Myles, who do you have as your 7th best NBA duo?
Oh, we're trying 7. Okay.
7th best NBA duo. And I really don't think it's an argument. I have DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker. And look.
I like that.
I know Mo is a Phoenix fan. I know he has the Suns on that team. That's so cap.
I like
that
that.
means he left someone really good off his list because DeAndre Ayton is not proven at all.
Hey, look, he's
Not
up
even
next.
close.
He's up next.
Okay.
He's up next.
Okay. All right, so my 7, I'll just go ahead and say it. We got the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis and Chris Middleton. Giannis, former MVP last season. Chris Middleton coming off his first All-Star season. I think with the East being so weak that it usually is, he'll have a chance to do an All-Star season again this year. And they went to the conference finals. They arguably should have been in the finals. They were up 2-0 on the Toronto Raptors. So personally, I think the Bucks are probably the best team in the East, and so that's why I have their duo making an appearance on the top 7 list. How about you?
I got the 2 dogs down in Denver, Jamal and Jokic.
Jamal and Jokic.
Yeah,
I like that.
two-
It hurt me to miss that on the list. It did.
You missed?
I didn't. I don't know.
Okay. The reason why I put them there, 2 young guys who definitely showed that they can reach it far. They took the Blazers to 7, and they're both under. Well, they're both under 25.
Yeah, they're both under
They're both
25.
under 25, and they showed that. So
Jamal Murray just got that bag this offseason. Jokic is. He was in
He's one of
MVP conversations last year. He'll be in them this year. So that's
he's debatably the best center in the NBA.
Yeah. So we all had different 7s. So let's see. Number 6, Myles. How about you?
Number 6, I have, unfortunately, Klay and Steph.
At 6. Oh my God, you guys are at 6.
Hey, look.
Okay.
And it's only because
Dude, that's.
we're saying injury free, but I think I just don't see Klay as better than the people that I have further down my list in terms of what I have going there. You'll see when it comes up though. I have him as number 6.
So I won't debate that because I have my argument for Golden State later on my list.
Yeah, me too.
So I'll leave that alone. He has Golden State at 6. My 6th is the losers of the Western Conference Finals last year, Portland Trailblazers, CJ and Dame. CJ got that bag this year as well as Jamal Murray. He got that extension, so he'll be there for a couple more years. Damian Lillard also got an extension this offseason. So those two, I mean, Damian Lillard is an at-will scorer. We saw that in the Oklahoma City series.
Yeah.
CJ didn't come up when it mattered most against Denver, or not against Denver, I'm sorry, Golden State. But he's still young, and I think that with a little more chemistry with those two and you're going to build around those two guys, they've proven themselves already. They went to the Western Conference Finals. Basically, them two, without Yusuf Nurkic last season, he got injured in the playoffs. So that's why I have them at 6. I really admire that duo.
At 6,
Hold up, this is going to be another random one. I'm
No.
pretty sure.
You said them earlier. I got the Bucks, Giannis
Okay,
and Chris
okay.
Middleton. Giannis reigning MVP. Chris Middleton just got the bag, so hopefully that motivates him to play better.
Yeah, as if he gets a
And
jump
plus-
shot, bro, it's over. For
Yeah,
the
now
East.
the East is like wide open. It's just like between the Sixers, the Celtics, and the Bucks. Really, there's not really another team you can name.
You
So
know,
I
I
guess
agree
could be
with that.
there.
Yeah, Bucks at 6. Okay, Myles, we're looking at 5th now. You
Guys
guys are.
if I
I'm
hear
gonna take
Utah
so much.
Jazz or something.
I'm gonna
Hey,
take
listen.
so much heat for
Hey,
that.
do it. It's not the Jazz, right?
Hey, nah. I was thinking about Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley as the duo that I would choose. But I have Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. You already
Okay, yeah.
explained why. But I have them as 5th because I don't know. When we said injury free, I was still thinking how they would recover from their injury. I don't see Klay having that no
coming off defense, even though he's a top 3 shooter of all time. I'll get in that when I talk about the
Wait, have you guys ever thought about Steph and D'Lo?
That's not my deal.
Hey, I have.
Did you put them as that?
No, I'm just wondering.
I have Steph and D'Lo because of the fact that.
Oh, you did.
I mean,
it was on it. Okay.
I don't know if I agree.
I
with
have
that.
because I was gonna put Golden State no matter what.
Yeah.
The question was just what do I would take, and I would say D'Angelo Russell's a proven scorer, but Klay Thompson's defense puts him over.
The argument I wouldn't have D'Angelo is because I'm not entirely sure that he'll be there by the end of the trade deadline. They might look to move him if they know Klay Thompson's coming back in February. Why would you keep
You
D'Lo?
can't have Klay.
Klay's not a small forward and D'Lo's not coming off the bench. We know that.
Yeah,
so
but we know D'Lo.
Especially
Okay,
Max.
we know D'Lo can play.
D'Lo can
And
play.
if he plays, he's not gonna get traded.
Is D'Lo better than Klay?
No, D'Lo's not better. But if he
Then why would
plays-
you make that your duo?
If he plays good while Klay's injured, they won't trade him.
But then what's gonna happen with
What happens with Klay? You're not
Then
putting
they gotta mesh it. They gotta make it work.
You're not making
and put
Klay
Klay
play
as
3.
small and put Klay as
Hey,
a
Klay's
three.
6'7". He can play
In the Western Conference, you put Klay as the small forward. Eastern Conference, that could maybe fly.
like you guys said before, Klay is one of the best defenders.
You shouldn't even be arguing. You have Klay and Steph. That's your duo you picked.
Yeah,
You know, and
they're
you
somewhere in
didn't
there.
you didn't pick Steph and D'Lo.
No.
Okay, that's the whole point I wanted to get across. So you have.
Number 5, I have Damian Lillard. CJ.
Okay, yeah, right. Okay, my 5. I'm about to take a lot of heat for this. Houston Rockets. I have them pretty low.
I actually have my.
Okay,
I have the
you have
Houston
them at
Rockets as my 5th.
Okay, so we can kind of both agree on this.
Wait, you think they're lower?
You think they're higher than 5?
Or you
I
think
have
they're
them
higher?
as,
Like,
I have
closer
them-
to
Don't say
they're
two.
coming. They're
Okay,
coming. They're
now
coming.
James
They're
Harden, Russell
coming.
Westbrook, just to be
Okay.
clear, if that wasn't already made clear, alone, separately, 2 top 10, arguably top 15 players in the NBA. I don't know where you put Russell in there. Maybe falls in the top 10. I'm not entirely sure. Together, we have no idea how that's going to look.
Yeah.
Really, truly don't. I think the usage rates that people have always brought up, how you put them together, the 2 worst in NBA history and whatnot, I don't know if that's going to be a problem. I don't think it will because they're really good friends off the court. They've had a relationship for years. Russell's probably going to understand that it's James Harden's team, as you brought up to me earlier. So the dynamic, I think the idea of it works. I'm not sure how it'll play out totally. And I think there's honestly 4 better duos than them in the NBA. As crazy as that sounds, that's just how crazy this offseason was. So anything to add to the Houston Rockets 5?
Yeah, their usage rating is high, but those are 2 of the they bring the most intensity in the game.
Yeah, no.
Like Russ plays with so much fire, so does Harden.
The fact that we're having this conversation just shows you how amazing next season will be.
Yeah.
Like, it's just insane.
Yeah, there's more than 7 duo, man. There's like 15.
I actually wrote down 16 teams that have a duo that I would consider elite or
And did you
Or
put
young
Booker?
talent.
Ayton Booker actually didn't make that top, so I don't know where you came
That's
from.
such.
Booker-
Hey, Booker's a go.
DeAndre
But
Ayton
Ayton
as a duo.
Ayton is.
Hey.
It's damn near Ricky
Hey,
Rubio and
Is
Oh,
Devin Booker.
slow.
Are you kidding me?
Are Ayton
Would
and
you
Booker
have-
better than Kristaps, Porzingis, and
No,
Doncic?
Luka Doncic. That's
Oh.
not even an argument I want to have.
Oh no.
If not,
no.
then why?
Hey, look, because I don't.
I think he's
I
looking
don't
at
think-
upside of
I don't.
DeAndre Ayton.
I'm thinking. I'm trying to be out here looking at the future, like no cap, like.
Hey, true, because in the future, LeBron won't be here. Durant may
2
not
3
be here,
years
like-
now. 2 to 3 years now, you cannot tell me that Ayton and Booker may not even be top.
If
they'll
they stay
be top
together, then
5.
maybe.
If Booker decides not to leave, which I would choose to leave.
I'm
because-
leaving
Yeah,
too
I'm
in
choosing
this
it, too.
situation. Yeah, get him out of there. All
Right.
right.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
number 4.
Who's your 4?
Or you discussed your 5th, right?
He discussed
Yeah.
5. He had.
So my number 4 is Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons.
They didn't even make my
They
list.
didn't even make my list. Dude, Ben
Guys,
Simmons is garbage.
Guys, look.
Hey, if you watch the show, you
Ben
know our opinion on Ben
Simmons.
Simmons.
Where's your jumper,
Dude,
man?
so
Okay,
bad,
look.
That's a terrible.
wait,
Have you
duo.
seen the tape? Have you seen the tape?
No, I haven't, because he doesn't shoot the
Hey,
ball.
wait,
There's
wait,
no
this
tape.
offseason?
This offseason. have you
Nah,
seen
bro,
the
that
tape?
was a high school gym. You're shooting a high school gym.
You're right. But all you have to do is
Oh.
develop a good range. Hey, look.
Yeah, okay.
All right, let me
Okay,
hear this
look,
argument. Let me hear
Joel
this.
Embiid carries. Joel Embiid, you could dang near pair him with any other.
That's fact.
All-star.
Joel Embiid's probably
Hey,
the best
hey,
big
I
man.
other
mean,
all-
you were about to say carries. I didn't see him carry in the playoffs.
No, okay.
He was
let me
injured in the
try-
playoffs.
try
Can you?
this.
He's
Yeah,
going
but
off
he had
injuries.
he had 1 30-point game against the Raptors, and the
That's
rest
true,
were
but
15 or nothing.
Yeah.
This is true, but I said you could compare Joel Embiid with any other NBA All-Star that made the All-Star team, and I would put them as top 7 duos. Due to the fact of how good Joel Embiid is. I would say any other All-Star.
Chris
that
Middleton
made-
and Joel Embiid.
Okay, well, that's an exception. You're right. So maybe not any other All-Star,
Yeah.
but yeah, I would still put them up there. 'Cause I don't.
That's shocking. I actually like that you're venturing out there with that, but
not-
I just think that's
it's
hot
cute.
garbage.
It's cute.
to be
Good job.
honest.
It's cute.
It's cute because.
Okay, I would give you Jimmy Butler and Joel Embiid maybe. from last year.
No, I wouldn't even give you Jimmy Butler.
Not my top 7. I'm saying that would be a better duo than Ben
Then you
Simmons.
think Ben Simmons?
I'm not that high on Ben
I
Simmons.
think he's gonna surprise you guys.
Are you high on Ben Simmons?
What?
I think he's gonna surprise you guys.
He'll make a 3-pointer?
Maybe one, maybe make 2. And if he's feeling good, maybe he hit 3. He may even hit 3 on you. I'm not even gonna cap. Maybe not obviously over the span of the whole season he'll hit 3 or 4 3-pointers. But I think we just gotta work baby steps. You know, mid range first.
I mean, we are missing the fact that they were.
If Ben Simmons hits a 3-pointer, Hoop Paradise will start making and producing shirts.
That's not true.
Call it right here.
Don't
call it right here.
So just a question. Who do you have coming out the Eastern Conference?
I got the Bucks.
And you have who, Ryan? Who do you have?
In a
Who
7-game series, bro.
Who do you have? Who do you
I
have?
have Philly.
And what?
But it's not because of a
Hey.
duo. It's a dynamic. It's a team dynamic.
So
They
you
got Al
think-
Horford, bro.
Hey,
They
let's
have
get
Josh
back on track.
Richardson.
All right, fine.
Okay,
so
your
who's your number 4?
My number 4 is rightfully so the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, I think in years past they've been higher than 4, but this season obviously some really good duos were formed. And when you have a backcourt that's as lethal shooters that Steph and Klay actually are, it's hard to ignore that. And even if Klay is injured, and we're not sure if he's going to be that same defensive player that he was after the ACL, his shooting ability alone qualifies him to be on this list because in my opinion, Steph's the best shooter of all time, then Reggie Miller, and then I'm putting Klay Thompson at 3. This man literally scored 37 and a quarter, and he's done things that no NBA player has done with 4 dribbles in a game. He took 4 dribbles and he scored 30 plus. So like stuff like that is the reason I'm putting him with the best shooter of all time as a duo, top 4 on my list.
Okay. I had the Warriors at number 4 too.
Okay.
But I honestly can't really give you an explanation. I would just say I just don't think they're better than
You've
them.
seen them win 3 titles.
Yeah, I've seen them win like a
Proven.
lot. I just put them at 4 because they're better than the last 3 I said, but they're not better than the next 3 I'm about to say.
We probably have the same 3. It might be a different order. You
Everybody-
probably we have the same
everybody
3
has
here.
the same 3.
Different.
Everybody
We're gonna see
has
the
the
I'm
order.
gonna say my 3 is the same as your 3.
In the same order. You probably looked at. Okay.
No, I didn't.
All right,
look.
we'll
I
see.
just
Wow,
I
so who's your third?
Obviously we'll have the same third. If we're smart, it's Katie and Kyrie. And what? You don't have them as third?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Please talk.
Okay.
Give me a reason.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. All right, listen.
Okay.
Our list? Do you have them at 3rd? All right, we'll talk.
He
about
does
it.
have them.
You-
He has them
yeah,
at
I
third.
have been
He has
at
them-
Hey,
okay,
Durant's
hey,
my
do not
boy.
lie.
Durant's my
Talk.
guy.
Talk about
And
the
look,
Nets.
and it's hard to argue because as you see in the background, we have the Nets jersey, and
Yeah.
then we have KD. So only reason
What
I
can I
say this
say?
is because I don't. We have the argument of KD by himself. Who's the best player in the league? This argument of KD or LeBron James, correct? It's one of the two.
Or Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi,
yeah, okay,
now
those
you
are
can
3.
officially.
All right, we're not
have
talking about this
two
right now,
players.
but KD is up there, top 3.
Okay,
without
yes.
a doubt.
So then,
Yeah.
I was thinking, because top 3, I mean, I'm not going to say that we all do, but LeBron James, Kawhi, and KD are probably one of the duos. Okay, so then I say all 3 of them are close to equal. So then I looked at the second best player on all 3 of the duos.
That's what you should do.
And I still came to the conclusion that the people that I have above them, the second best player, is still better than Kyrie.
Okay.
I still
I agree.
think that Anthony Davis or Paul George is better than Kyrie Irving. And that's why I have them.
That's cool. I have the Los Angeles Clippers at 3.
Whoa!
Cap
the Clippers
I
up
was
here.
not expecting. Wait,
So
what are you doing?
that-
Wait,
that-
hold on. If you rewind and go back and you click on the other episode where we discussed the Western Conference, you said the Clippers are number 1.
That's a team dynamic, by the way.
But they're mainly led by those.
Okay, but you also have team players around them. Landry Shamet, Ivica Zubac.
Andrew Shannon.
That's a starting player on the Los Angeles Clippers.
But then the Lakers, you put them at like 4th.
Because I don't think LeBron's going to play every single game of the season. I already gave my argument for why they're at 4th or 5th. I already gave you that. This is strictly duo without looking at the team dynamic. 2 players put together.
Wow, I can't believe you said Kawhi.
Kawhi and
okay,
Paul
let me
George
say
at
this
3.
again.
Can I argue that for a
You said
second?
Kawhi and PG are 3rd.
Yes, that's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
Interesting.
argue.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Interesting.
Kawhi Leonard's coming off the best season that he's had in his NBA career. That's a defensive coach's dream is to have Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard and Kevin Durant, it's pretty neck and neck, right? Paul George was in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation and MVP conversation. I don't know putting them together. It's kind of the way I feel about James Harden and Russell Westbrook. It's it's almost the same kind of player putting together, and you don't know who's like the argument that the fact that there's even an argument for who's going to take that last shot with Harden and Westbrook because they kind of both do the same thing.
I'd say the only difference would be the usage because I think Paul George, as he's proven last year, he can take a back seat. Whether or not he wants to. Is the
Where did I
question.
get that? They lost in the first round.
Oh no, it's true. It's true.
That team arguably could have been in the Western Conference
Yeah, but
Finals.
I don't.
It's just like Paul George can't be the best player on a championship team. He can't. Like he could be the second best player. The reason why it didn't succeed with the Thunder, because Russell Westbrook's play style doesn't really fit with the championship leading team. Kawhi Leonard though, he's better than Paul George. He's a better offensive player. He's a better defensive player. So Paul George is gonna be the second best player while Kawhi's leading.
I don't even think.
So
Paul
That's
George-
why I feel like it would work.
So let me just mention this: that we're looking at where are you playing Paul George in the lineup? Because what do you have?
I have a question.
What positions are you having Paul George and Kawhi play?
Okay, if I'm looking at the Clippers roster, I'm gonna put Pat Bev at point.
Shaman.
I'm gonna put Lou Will on the bench. I'll put Shamet starting. Then I'll put.
Paul George and Kawhi.
I would say Paul George is taller, so I probably would put him at power forward.
Put my forward. So you're dealing with a 3 and a 4. Well, while in the case of the Brooklyn Nets, you're dealing with a point guard and a 3, arguably a 4. That dynamic is the reason I kind of think they're a better duo.
But here's the thing. I think Paul, like I said, I think Paul George prefers to be the second or third option. I think he plays better in that role because he had a chance to go to the Lakers when they had nobody except for Lonzo Ball. They had the young roster without LeBron James, and he still chose to re-sign with the Thunder. So I think he still prefers to be the second or third best option on a team.
So you're telling me Kyrie Irving doesn't prefer that?
Nah,
He literally went to Brooklyn. He knew Kevin Durant was coming. They're friends. He co-signed that. He knows Kevin Durant's the better player. How is that saying that?
Kyrie's word means absolutely. I would take a horse piss before I would take Kyrie Irving's word. And this is because who's the same person that said in front of the entire Celtics organization, if you'll have me for another year, I'd love to be here.
What are you talking
Isn't that what he said? Is that
that's
not what he said? Didn't he say?
And then he got thrown under the bus by all of his teammates, pretty much, because they couldn't play
Terry Rozier
projection.
said that it was never Kyrie Irving's
That's
fault.
one player.
But I'm just saying.
Everyone in the media points to Kyrie Irving when, in fact, I'm not sure that that's the case. That might be
you're a
Brad
grown
Stevens.
man. I mean, not everybody can go to their backup Twitter account and talk like that. I mean, that's, isn't that your second best player? Is that your first best?
So the final argument, you think Kawhi and PG are third,
Yeah.
and you think KD and Kyrie.
Okay.
Well, I think no, I'm kidding. I think KD and Kyrie are third too.
Okay.
Just because like Kyrie
So-
isn't as strong as a player as PG.
So please tell me that you guys both have the Clippers at 2 then.
This is true.
that's not true.
You have the Lakers at 2 and
I love the Lakers.
Hold
I'm
up.
a
Now you
diehard.
can't be calling me out for this now.
I'm a diehard Lakers fan.
That
If
makes
you know
that
me, you
is
know
so
that.
okay.
But hey,
Chill out.
hey,
What is that?
listen.
Hey, I can't back him up.
Listen,
I know,
KD,
yeah, thank you.
Kawhi, and
I've been
Paul
2
George.
on 1 all
Kawhi and Paul
day.
George are the two of like the 4 best defenders in the NBA right now. Kawhi is debatably the best player in the NBA right now. Paul George is debatably one of the clutchest people in the NBA right now. The reason why I don't have the Lakers or LeBron and AD from the Lakers at number 1. I love them. I love both of them. I hope the Lakers win the championship this year. But LeBron is getting older. Last year, he averaged like 28, 8 and 8, very good stats. But it wasn't like I don't want to say it just wasn't. It was an inconsistent 28, 8 and 8 because it didn't look like he was averaging 28, 8 and 8. Every time you watched him, like for example, they played the Suns. He throws it off the backboard, off an inbound pass. 10 turnovers against the Spurs 2 games in a row. Like, I don't know. Like, and plus Kawhi and PG are like currently in their prime. LeBron's kind of like
Still a top 3 player.
He's still a top 3, but he's about to like. And we don't even know if Anthony Davis stays.
Anthony Davis is a top 5 player. We're disregarding injury, by the way.
Yeah.
We can't use the injury argument.
I just think Kawhi has a spotlight right now, and so is PG.
The only reason I have the Lakers at 1, it's the only team in the NBA with 2 top 5 players.
That is true.
I can't put Paul George in the top 5. I
And
can't
we've
put Kyrie
seen-
Irving in the top 5.
We've seen how
You can
LeBron
say-
is
okay.
with another good
You can
player.
say-
Put
okay.
Paul George 7.
Bron and
8,
AD are your top 5 players. Kawhi's the top 3. Okay, Bron's the top 3. AD's the top 5. Kawhi's the top 3. But PG's like a top 8,
Okay.
top 9.
Yeah.
But like the offense. Who's better at offense, Kawhi and PG or LeBron and AD?
LeBron and AD.
LeBron and AD. Is it by a lot?
It's.
Is it by a lot?
I mean,
Like 1 to 10, like 1 to 10, Bron and AD, 1 to 10, Paul George and Kawhi.
it's like a. It's closer than. It's not that far apart.
Okay, but what about the defense then? Kawhi and PG.
You're acting like
blow them.
Anthony Davis isn't a defensive.
Anthony
monster.
Davis is, but don't tell me
Three-time
LeBron. Don't
defensive-
tell me
Wait,
LeBron
Anthony
James.
Davis is
better than
6-time All-Star
Kawhi?
for Anthony Davis.
You think
Anthony Davis is
Anthony
not
Davis is
better
better than Kawhi defense?
No, Anthony Davis is not better than Kawhi at defense. Anthony Davis is better.
Better than defensive than Paul George, in my opinion.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
better
But what
than
about LeBron? LeBron's worse than
Okay,
Paul
but
George.
we already
Kawhi.
know LeBron doesn't go full in the regular season, and we haven't seen.
Yeah, you're right.
We haven't
You're
seen him in the playoffs with the Lakers yet.
Yeah,
we don't
you're
know.
right.
He's probably a pretty good,
I think
solid
I'm arguing
defender.
this. I like the Lakers.
Yeah, no,
I
this
just
is really
And we see
surprising.
LeBron
I wanna
when
be
he's
honest,
had
like-
a good player next to him.
Yeah.
Because LeBron plays completely different when he doesn't feel that he
And
has to score every single point for them to win.
Plus,
Because
yeah.
you've seen.
This
you've
is the
seen
best
that
big
he
man
has to do
LeBron's
that.
ever going to play
Ever
with. So
I mean,
I mean, that's pretty disrespectful to Zounders and
Zound.
Zounders.
You guys heard that, right?
No, I'm
Yeah.
playing. I'm playing.
Yeah, no offense, Chris Bosh and Igalskis and.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, so that,
that's our top 7, dude.
That concludes the.
This is just the first video of many that'll be 2-on-1 in most points today. The next one we're filming should be a very interesting show.
see what's going on, man.
Like and subscribe, share, comment, all that. Wizza, thanks for constantly commenting. You're the goat.
What's up, Batanga?
Yeah. Catch us in the next video. We're out. Peace.